service, $10 a month. You can play, the whole game. Okay. Sea of Thieves is a open world, share world multiplayer experience. Even though you don't have to play with other people as far as like in a crew, you can. Even if you play solo, you still are in a multiplayer environment. The gameplay itself, it's very basic, very user friendly. It's so user friendly that there's no tutorial given in the game. There's nothing to train you for. You kind of just pick up and go. The key things about this title is communication. You don't want to play this game alone. I mean, if you do, I mean, good. If you prefer that, good. It's fine. But the most you get out of this game is if you're playing in a multiplayer setting, if you have a crew, whether it be of 2, 3, or 4 of you guys, that's the best way to play it. This game excels heavily when it comes to navigating and selling your boat, because it requires all players to be participating. It requires all players to be speaking and directing each other to get where you need to go and avoid crashing, and to even avoid other pirates. The communication is key in this game. Communication is so key in this game that this game advises you every time. Game chat, because even if you have your whole parties in a party chat, you can still interact with other players on Sea because it supports proximity chat. And sometimes every time you see somebody in this game, it doesn't have to be, oh, we got to fight, we got to rob them. You guys can work together. There's been situations where people have ran into like somebody on a solo ship, and instead of sinking them, they work with them. They go do a voyage together. You know what I mean? But my experience in the game is every time I've played it, I found myself in a nice situation. It was fun. I had different experiences with different people. I found myself what did we do? We had a random jump into our game. He didn't wear a headset, so he didn't want to join the party. And when we went to game chat, I guess he didn't have a voice. So me and my buddy Jez, we threw him in the brink. We voted to put him in the brink in the cell. But because one of the players that we also had dropped out, one of us had to drive the boat. I suck at driving a boat, so I ran into a lot of rocks. And because the holding cell is in the base of the boat, all the way at the bottom floor, it took on a lot of water. I forgot that we had somebody in the holding cell, and the dude drowned. And it was funny because it's like, holy crap, I didn't realize, that's the first place hit, and he's in there. We didn't really do nothing about it, and it was a funny experience. It was a laugh. It was a crazy ass laugh that we had, because I completely forgot we had somebody in the brink, and Jez was trying to board up the boat while this was happening, but he just happened to look and see the dude was still in the jail, and then I guess when the person dies, they just disappear, and that's what happened. We had also other experiences where I tried to stop the boat. I was struggling to do it, and I accidentally parallel parked the boat in between 2 rocks, which obviously was going to be a struggle to get out, but we did it. Going on quests, there's grievers in the game. There was somebody who tried to chase us for our loot. They end up running into some rocks, and they boat sank, and their boat only sank because in our earlier confrontations, we jumped on their boat and we hijacked their cannons and their planks, so they couldn't repair their boat. It's stuff like that happens in this game. So there's always a lot of experiences that may occur in this game, but these experiences that are occurring in this game aren't experiences that the game itself is providing. It's really the players itself, and we just have the tools to do it. We just have the environment to do it in. So it's like this game at some point has to give credit for allowing this stuff. Now, as far as what people are expecting about this game, is The gameplay itself, like I said, is pretty basic. All guns take the same damage. I mean, I've only seen 2 types of guns in the game. You got 2 types of swords so far from what I see. There's nothing special. There's nothing more powerful than the other. So you're not gonna have to worry about that. The progression system they've talked about months before. There is no really progression, like as far as there's no leveling up, there's no max level, there's no better guns to get, there's no better armor, there's no better boats. Everything is cosmetic. Everything. There will be microtransactions and everything will be cosmetic. So the thing is about playing this game, yeah, people will be having fun, people will be going on these quests, but what you have to ask yourself is that when you're playing games where you're doing a lot of quests, you're doing a lot of raids, you're doing a lot of grinding, and looting, you're doing this to the betterment of yourself. You're doing it to get a reward, and maybe that reward is something of like a power level, or that reward is like a weapon. But when you're doing it for cosmetics, it just doesn't seem that deep. Honestly, I like Sea of Thieves. I like going on quests. I like playing with my friends and going on raids, but I don't care to put on a golden like hook, or get a rare mustache, or a peg leg that has like diamonds in it. I don't care if my voyage looks any different than anybody else's at that point. So I guess for some people, it's that experience. You feel like these are like empty quests because you're not getting much out of it, because everything is cosmetic based. Now, if you're for that, getting pets and having the most blinged up like pirate, then these quests that you're gonna be doing, it's gonna be completely worth it. For me right now, I feel like, I might swap up a little things, but mostly I would just play for the achievements, but as far as the gameplay itself, it's basic. It doesn't offer much of anything. The quests are repetitive. There's 3 types. And then you got 3 types of quests that you do for these merchants. You got these riddle related quests. You got the souls where you're beating up on skeletons and you got to collect their heads and sell it to the merchants. And then obviously there's treasure quests where you find the treasure maps. And there's also events that take place that you can do where it's like hordes of enemies you can fight. And then obviously there's the Kraken, who I have not yet experienced yet. Those are all occurred, I guess, to try to switch it up. But if that's why if you were playing this game solo, or if you're not playing this game the way that it's intended to be played, you're not going to have a good time, because I mean, you'll be doing all this and it will feel like it's for nothing, but that's why when you're doing these quests, it's like the events that happen in between, or your trip to the island, your trip back, your trips during the voyage. I mean, a lot of things are going to occur, whether you run into an event, whether you run into other pirates who are trying to rob you, or if they want to work with you to sell off and try to find a Kraken. There's things that are going to occur that kind of helps alleviate that. But if this was just a base game, and imagine none of that was available, man, this game would be horrible. But it's because it's all these factors you have to factor in. Some people are going to absolutely love this game. This game is for streamers. My issue with the game right now, it just feels a bit hollow. If you're not with a crew or anything like that, you're not going to. It's going to feel empty. And I feel like this game, what they need to do is, one, they need to get content out. More missions, more events. And the game's only 2 days old, so this is stuff like I hope to see. Like I want to see random generated events like often. When I'm going to see, I need to see it in the distance. They need to have like some community thing to let us know at what time this is going to happen. And I guess that's the good and the bad thing about this game, because the thing about, for example, a game like Destiny, right? I feel like I work too much, and I can't really, commit to playing with a group of friends at a certain time to make sure I get some of the raids done or some of their nightfalls. It's like I'm always behind and everybody's ahead of me. They got all this loot, they got all this gear, they got all this level up, and I can't do nothing. And Sea of Thieves is a game where I can literally say, you know what, I'm going to play this game every Tuesday night between 8 and 12, right? and not feel like I missed out on anything. And that's because there's no progression, but I can still get all the stuff I need to do. If people did quests that I didn't do, they can bring new quests on for me because they're more leveled up. Or if there's newcomers, or if there's quests that we all didn't do together, we can do that. I feel like I didn't miss out on anything, so that's the cool thing about that game. But overall, as it stands, Sea of Thieves is it's a decent game. And Frog asked me, hey, what would you grade this game if you had to grade it? And I'm gonna stay true to what I said in the podcast. I would give Sea of Thieves an 80, which is an 8 out of 10, because, like I said, my score may not be reflective on how you feel in the game, because we're all going to have a different experience. We all may not experience the same thing, but so far from what I played and my fun versus bore factor right now, it's been 80-20. I had more fun in the game so far than I've been bored in the game. And if it's doing that, then I'm very happy, and hopefully the game improves from here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. Do you like Sea of Thieves? Are you rocking with it? Is this something that you just game pass and leave? Let me know. But those are my thoughts on Sea of Thieves. Thank you guys for watching. As always, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Peace.